Okay, let's quickly look at Nasdaq. So if we check this particular guy, let's start from H1. Okay, so the reason why I'm starting on H1, we can even start on H4. We are looking for a quick intraday trade. So if we start on H4, let me zoom out a little. You can see that there was a structure around about this point. Okay, there was a structure right there, okay, which is this particular point there. Let's see if we can mark it nicely, this particular point. So we've seen price breaking and coming down there to sort of touch. This is a third touch. If we go back to, let's say, H1, that appears to be a third touch. So you are looking at the triple bottom sort of a situation there. So you can see there, if we mark this particular area, price have been bouncing around that point. So the first bounce, let's see if I can get my arrows there. The first bounce was this one, second one, that one, and then now we're currently on the third one. Okay, so it's been testing this particular structure for some time, and we have seen these sellers sort of coming down back to it for the third touch, which is this particular touch there. So what we need to do obviously is to zoom into a much smaller time frame. 45 is still showing us the same thing. I teach more about how you can align time frames on the course. Go ahead and check that. You don't have to be part of the course. You can just simply watch the YouTube videos. Unfortunately, I'm not the join kind of guy. So yes, but for those who want to check it notch higher, you can actually check out the course. So okay, now we do have this particular trend line which was broken, and for breakout traders, I believe the conservative ones are most likely to look for a buy trade around that point. Okay, so you are looking, let's see, okay, let's just take this one. You are looking at this particular imbalance point there, around that point there, somewhere there's imbalance. So if you can just come down, or if price can just come down nicely, like bang, 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 somewhere there, and then we look for a buy to the upside. Maybe hide the stop there depending on your risk appetite. Okay, and if we get that, that is most likely to give us a head and shoulder pattern, which I've said many times that a head and shoulder pattern forms from what? A trend line break plus retest. Okay, so we can see that trend line, it's broken. If we get a nice touch retest there, as long as it doesn't take out this previous low, we are going to get that head and shoulder pattern. Okay, I thought I should do a quick video just to give you my idea on how I'll be looking to Murnas buys particularly. So obviously I'm looking to buy this asset from this particular structure, or alternatively you could be looking at this from an M approach. Do check a video that I've done. I think it's a 20 minutes video if I'm not mistaken, 20 minutes or 30 minutes video on M's and W's. So you're looking at that. But for harmonic traders, I believe maybe you're anticipating, if you're anticipating this to move a little bit lower, you could be looking for a shark pattern. So if we check this particular swing there, we do it like that. If we get 113, yes, we did get 113. You're probably looking at a shark pattern, but obviously a shark pattern is going to take out X, or it's going to take out this particular point there, which means that the head and shoulder pattern is going to be invalid. As long as you're looking for the shark pattern, if you're a harmonic trader, it means now the head and shoulder pattern that we're anticipating from a retest of a trend line, it will be invalidated. So as a result, harmonic traders are sort of looking at a different things. So the only pattern that we can have an extension of, let's say 113 somewhere there, is the shark pattern. We did get that, and then the next one, maybe it's another 113, or maybe down to 161. Okay, so yes, that is just my take. If you're a buyer, obviously you want to buy much lower. You don't want to find yourself buying high. But for those who are super conservative, or you're trading on a very tight account, you might have to wait maybe for let's see, what time is it? You might have to wait for the Nasdaq Stock Exchange to actually open, and then look for opportunities to actually go long around that. So if we can find rejections like these, or these ones that took place there around this particular zone, yes, it will still a cool idea. But what you want to do, you want to make sure that you're on 30 or 15 minutes. You can see around that point. So, but the trend line break there, we're looking at it nicely from that angle. Okay. Future targets, if you're a buyer, the XB, once more, check the video that I've done. I'm gonna link it down in the description below. It's gonna explain this MW sort of concept. The XB that I explained in the video, it's most likely to be used as a target. So if you're a buyer, obviously use that XB trend line depending on how fast price goes up. If it goes super fast, it's going to touch it. But if it's low, then we could see maybe a variable in different take profits there around that point. So it depends on how fast price goes back up. So you can say this is a nice move to the downside. One might say maybe this is a downtrend. Yes, if you are having your trend riding maybe strategies and you are seeing a very nice healthy trend, maybe you might be interested in selling this particular guy. But I am looking at it from this structure as we've seen, 1 to 3 points. That's where I'd like to actually buy this particular guy to the upside. I wouldn't really wanna sell it because already it have dropped significantly from this C point down to this point. Let's just call this D for now, to this D point. So I wouldn't, if I was to use this as my reference, I would really want to buy because I'm on the extreme low of this box. But if you are want to sell, it means you'll be going against a support structure. That is why I came up with that. And also we're looking at this particular region right there, and we've seen a nice aggressive breakout before. So yes, there's a lot of things that we're going to use, but for entry, obviously that's another thing. For now, I'm just showing you the idea for where I am actually going to look for buys as well. I think I've already issued out a signal earlier for a buy, which is a pending order. So I believe we're going to be triggered soon if price goes there, and we're hoping for the best. I've already issued that signal on the signals group, so it should be out by now. Okay, otherwise, my name is Vindi. Sharp.